Testing 1, 2, 3. Reworking the partition will generate oil based upon the element designed for the protocol. The protocol is network 3456. By the spirit energy, it will reverse the mana to position itself into the non-version. In so, it will rework the material to transcript itself into the formula. In each one mode of B128921, it's a bit of the reworking material to transcript itself into the formula. In each time, it is the working partition. In general, there is the way in by the third ruler. In so, if you were born to do it, you will have the way in by the third noun to introduce itself into the math position of physics and to element it designed for the protocol. The network of 5C1829464241 is by the spirit energy to reverse the mana. In time, the pin out even order the third moon may be the way in by the third ruler. In the sentences of the number 92149926 is by the spirit energy to reverse the mana. In that time, it is the evolution. So I'm using PyGPT.
The phrase, the work of the noun has the oil for the sun, in time it learns, is quite abstract and could be interpreted in various ways depending on the context. Here are some possible interpretations of its components. 1. The work of the noun. This could refer to the fundamental aspects of language and meaning, where nouns represent the subjects or key items in a sentence. The work might signify how nouns help in constructing meaning, conveying ideas, or representing reality. 2. Has the oil for the sun, for the sun. This phrase might suggest that the work of the noun is essential or vital, much like oil is necessary for the functioning of many machines or for sustaining fire. Similarly, oil can be a metaphor for energy or sustenance. In a more poetic sense, one could interpret this as saying that the ability to articulate and represent concepts, the oil, fuels enlightenment or knowledge, the sun. 3. In time it learns. This part could imply that through experiences in time, both individuals and language evolve. The ability to express ideas using nouns becomes more refined and profound as one gains knowledge and insight. Holistic interpretation. Combining these interpretations, one might conclude that the ability to communicate, the work of nouns, is essential for understanding and enlightenment, the oil for the sun. Over time, as knowledge and experience grow, individuals and societies learn to use language more effectively, gaining deeper insights into their world. Overall, this phrase seems to convey a metaphorical understanding of the relationship between language, especially nouns, knowledge, the sun, and the progression of learning in time. It could be interpreted as a commentary on the importance of language in human development and understanding. If you have a specific context or background for this phrase, that could help refine the interpretation further. The phrase, the working of the material to have the A5C and the sun switch off, is quite abstract and appears to be a metaphorical or symbolic statement. However, it can be broken down and interpreted in a few ways based on the components. 1. The working of the material. This could refer to how physical matter or materials operate, possibly in a scientific context like physics or chemistry. It may imply understanding the fundamental properties and interactions of materials. 2. To have the A5C, without specific context, A5C could represent a variety of things. It might be a reference to a scientific term, a code, like a classification, or an abstract concept. For example, it could imply a state or condition of a particular system, possibly referring to an environmental, technological, or cosmological parameter. 3. And the sun switch off. This part likely serves as a metaphor for a significant disruption or change. The sun often symbolizes energy, life, or central forces in various contexts. The idea of the sun switching off could relate to scenarios where energy sources are depleted or systems that sustain life and growth are disrupted. Possible interpretations. Scientific exploration. The phrase could be interpreted as exploring how certain materials, perhaps in technology or energy systems, could lead to a fundamental change in a system, representing a drastic change or failure, the sun switching off. It might relate to research into energy sources and sustainability. Metaphorical change. The A5C could hint at a specific condition or state that leads to a critical event where the life-sustaining aspect, the sun, ceases to function. This may symbolize a turning point in a larger context, societal, ecological, or cosmic. Environmental concerns. This can also reflect discussions about environmental degradation, resource depletion, or catastrophic events that can lead to a switching off of vital systems in the world. In summary, while the exact meaning of the phrase is unclear without additional context, it may relate to the fundamental workings of materials and systems that could lead to significant changes or disruptions in energy provision or stability. If you could provide more details or context, a more precise interpretation could be made.
Yeah, so in the way of knowing how to control the majority of law based upon the messages of the component, it will have A31829. For the spirit of the sun, it might burst into hell. In Liu thought, the democracy of law based upon implementation of the network, it will require 3821, which is the sun. In time, it will work the partition. To generate 2434946, it is the oil wave in the machine. The machine can tell you that it will destroy the level of the sick pay to be in of the aura and to present itself into the division of the completion. In time, it will work the partition to generate A431. Thank you.